Netaji Jayanti, also known as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Jayanti, celebrated on 23rd January, is an event celebrated in India to mark the birthday of a prominent Indian freedom fighter. To honor Netaji on his 125th birth anniversary, we at NSS SME are going to share some information about Netaji's life. Subhash Chandra Bose is also known as Netaji, was born on 23rd January 1897 in Cuttack, Odisha. Known for his role in India's independence movement, a participant of the non-cooperation movement and a leader of the Indian National Congress. He was admitted to Protestant European School in Cuttack in January 1902 and then shifted to Ravinshaw Collegiate School. He was influenced by the teaching of Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna after reading their work at the age of 16. He later joined Scottish Church College at the University of Calcutta and passed his BA in philosophy in 1918. Bose's father proposed to send him to England to study for the Indian Civil Service. He came fourth in the ICS examination and was selected. On 23rd April 1921, he resigned from his civil service job and returned to India. He started the newspaper Swaraj and took charge of publicity for the Bengal Provincial Congress Committee. In 1923, Bose was elected as the president of All India Youth Congress and the secretary of Bengal State Congress. Bose worked as the CEO of Calcutta Municipal Corporation and later elected as mayor of Calcutta in 1924. In a roundup of nationalists in 1925, Bose was arrested and sent to prison in Mandalay, where he contracted tuberculosis after being released from prison. Bose became General Secretary of Congress Party and worked with Jawaharlal Nehru for independence. Bose stated his opinion that the INC should be organized on the broadest anti-imperialist front with the twofold objective of winning political freedom and establishment of socialist regime. By 1938, Bose had become a leader of national stature and agreed to accept nomination as Congress president. He stood for unqualified Swaraj, including the use of force against the British. This meant a confrontation with Mohandas Gandhi, who opposed Bose's presidency, splitting the Indian National Congress Party. On 22 June 1939, Bose organized the All India Forward Bloc, a faction within the Indian National Congress. In 1939, during the Second World War, Bose decided to initiate a mass movement and started uniting the people all over the world. During his house arrest in Jan 1941, Bose escaped and went to Bihar and then Peshawar. Bose finally reached Germany and met Hitler. The first Indian National Army was formed as a result of discussion between Fujiwara and Mohan Singh in December 1941. INA's first commitment was in the Japanese thrust towards eastern Indian frontiers of Manipur. The first INA was, however, disbanded in December 1942 after disagreements between Hikari Kikan and Mohan Singh, who came to believe that the Japanese High Command was using the INA as mirror pawn and propaganda tool. During his journey to England, he met with the leaders of British Labour Party and political thinkers.
On outbreak of war, Bose advocated a campaign of mass civil disobedience to protest against Viceroy Lord Linlithgow's decision to declare war on India's behalf without consulting the Congress leadership. Having failed to persuade Gandhi of the necessity of this, Bose organized mass protests in Kolkata, calling for the Holwell Monument commemorating the Black Hole of Kolkata, which then stood at the corner of Dalhousie Square, to be removed. He was thrown in jail by British. A plan was devised for his escape by Lala Sankar Lal. However, this plan was to be conveyed to Netaji, who was in jail. For this purpose, Netaji's nephew, his elder brother Suresh Chand Bose, eldest son Ranjit Kumar Bose, was chosen by Netaji to convey the plan of the Great Escape to his uncle Netaji. But family members were forbidden to meet Netaji. Netaji had a radio in his cell, which was used by him to get news regarding various events of war happening around the world at that time. a plan was devised where Ranjit Kumar Bose would disguise as radio mechanic to fix the radio. The plan for the Great Escape was neatly written down in piece of paper. The superintendent was informed that the radio in Netaji's cell was broken and he had requested a mechanic to fix the radio. He was given permission to send a letter to his family requesting for a mechanic. Netaji's nephew Ranjit Kumar Bose went to Jogin Saha, L.C. Saha and Company to learn everything about being a radio mechanic. After learning about being a radio mechanic, Ranjit Kumar Bose went to Lala Sankar Lal to get the plan of the Great Escape. After getting the plan, he then proceeded to Presidency Jail, disguised as a radio mechanic. After various checking and document verification, he was taken to Netaji's cell. Upon seeing a young radio mechanic, Netaji asked, "Will you able to fix it? It's a costly set." Upon which Ranjit Kumar Bose replied, "I will try my best, sir." After fixing the radio for a while, he asked Netaji to check whether the radio is working properly or not. Netaji said, "The sound has improved, but it would be better if it's more clear." Ranjit Kumar Bose said, "For that, I need to fix the antenna, for which I need a ladder." Netaji then requested a ladder from the sergeant who was keeping a watchful eye. The sergeant then turned and asked for a ladder from one of his subordinates. Seeing the opportunity, Ranjit Kumar Bose then took the plans which he had proficiently sneaked past the guards and placed it under the Netaji bed. After that, he proceeded to fix the antenna and then left the jail. Netaji was soon released following a 7-day hunger strike. Bose's house in Kolkata was kept under surveillance by the CID. In 1941, 44-year-old Subhas was under house arrest. Policemen kept guard outside his home. For days, Subhas did not save nor meet any visitor. Every chance of encounter was avoided so that none could claim to have seen him, nor would stand the opportunity to suspect that he was bound for an escape. His foot was pushed into his room through the doorway. Only 3 people apart from Netaji knew about the plan of his great escape: Divijan Bose, son of Satish Chand Bose; Aurobindo Bose, son of Suresh Chand Bose; and Ela Bose, daughter of Suresh Chand Bose. Preparations were made for his great escape. Though Sisir Bose, son of Sarad Bose, a young medical student at that time, did not know the plan for the Netaji great escape, he was instructed to take the children of the family for an after-dinner drive every night. The gate joints were oiled so that they would not make any noise on the day of his escape. Netaji knew the ones who were close to him would be tortured after his escape, so he trained Aurobindo Bose to resist the torture. He instructed Aurobindo Bose to stare at the noon sun every day, as the British used sudden light after days of darkness as a method of torture those days. Ranjit Kumar Bose, son of Suresh Bose, was kept out of the plan as he was under surveillance and was closely trailed by various British detectives. Sisir Bose was supposed to drive Netaji out on the day of his escape unknowingly, as he was a medical student who was not under surveillance and unsuspected by the British intelligence. On day of escape, as Netaji was disguised as a Muslim man, as Sisir Bose drove him out, the guards could not recognize Netaji and let the car pass. While driving, Sisir Bose came to know that he was actually carrying not a Muslim man, but his own uncle Netaji. The car stopped at the Risra home of relatives Ashok Nath Bose and Meera Bose on the way to Gomo railway station. To her surprise, a servant informed Meera that there were 2 unexpected guests for the dinner. Sisir had brought a Muslim man with him. While the disguised Subhas Bose waited in drawing room, Sisir took Ashok into confidence. Dinner that night was quite a fair. Meera later recalls that the servant reported the Muslim gentleman said that the cabbage was tasty. Even after days of Netaji's escape, to avoid suspicion, the family members continued to behave normally. The one who knew Ela Bose, Drajan Bose, and Aurobindo Bose consumed Netaji to avoid suspicion.
It has been about 73 years since Bose was declared dead, but the mystery still has not died down. Four theories about the mysterious death of Subhash Chandra Bose probably hold the key to what happened to the firebrand independence leader. So the first theory was Bose died in an air crash and was cremated in Tokyo, with the goal of quelling the rumors about what happened to Subhash Chandra Bose after mid-August 1945. The Government of India in 1956 appointed a three-man committee headed by Shah Nawaz Khan. The other members of the committee were S.M. Maitra, ICS, who was nominated by the Government of Bengal, and Suresh Chandra Bose, elder brother of Bose. The committee is referred to as the Shah Nawaz Committee or Netaji Inquiry Committee. From April to July 1956, the committee interviewed 67 witnesses in India, Japan, Thailand, and Vietnam. In particular, the committee interviewed all the survivors of the plane crash, some of whom had scars on their bodies from burn. The committee interviewed Dr. Yoshimi, the surgeon at the Taihoku Military Hospital, who treated Bose in his last hours. It also interviewed Bose's Indian companion on the flight, Habibur Rahman, who after the partition had moved to Pakistan and had burn scars from the plane crash. Bose's brother Suresh Chandra Bose, however, after having signed off on an initial conclusion, declined to sign the final report. He moreover wrote a dissenting note in which he claimed that the other members and the staff of the Shahnawaz committee had deliberately withheld some crucial evidence from him, that the committee had been directed by Jawaharlal Nehru to infer death by plane crash, and that the other company members along with Bengal's Chief Minister B.C. Roy had pressured him bluntly to sign the conclusions of their final report. He had also published a book named Dissent Report, which proved the plane crash theory to be fake. However, the books were attacked by Nehru followers and many were burned. The second theory was Bose was tortured and killed in prison by English. According to the book authored by Maj General G.D. Bakshi Bose, the Indian samurai Netaji and INA military assessment, Netaji did not die in a plane crash, but a theory was floated to facilitate his escape to the Soviet Union. So, while clarifying the mystery of his death, this book says he died during the torture by the British in prison. So, the third theory was Bose was alive according to the French Secret Service. Paris-based historian J.B.P. Moore quoted reports from the France Secret Service, which once said that Bose was still alive in 1947. In the report, it clarified stated that he was the ex-chief of the Indian Independence League and also a member of Hikari Kikan, a Japanese organization, while the British and India stayed strong to the point that he died while replying to the RTI application in a plane crash. The French never endorsed that theory. And last theory was Bose lived in Oudh under a alias till his death in 1985. There existed a theory which also said that Bose returned to India and lived as a hermit in Faizabad in Oudh with a different name, Bhagwanji or Gumnami Baba, the Ignito man who lived till 1985.